Hey guys. All right, so I just got done watching the August 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, and listen, I personally have gotten to the point where I don't even watch the weekly shows anymore. That's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Um, I normally now I just watch the pay-per-views and the special events on the network and all that, and I'll just kind of keep up on Twitter just because for me personally there's really no point to watching it, just because it's to me it's just bad. It's just really fucking bad. And tonight was a prime example of why I haven't watched Monday Night Raw since the Raw after WrestleMania. Now, I get it, everything that's going on with, COVID and everything, and they're doing the best they can. But honestly, the reason why I decided to actually kind of like tune in, live was because of Shane McMahon. I was curious to see what they were going to do with Shane McMahon. And in typical WWE fashion, I was disappointed. I want Shane McMahon off of WWE television for the rest of my life. um, he hasn't really done anything significant since he's returned to the WWE a few years ago. You know, outside of the Hell in a Cell match, you know, actually outside of that Hell in a Cell moment, what has he really done? The best in the world tournament, it's taking up a lot of TV time, and honestly, when he was gone, after the whole Kevin Owens feud, I was happy. I was very happy. And then they brought him back, and I was like, all right, so like something big must be happening. And then they give us this raw underground bullshit, right? And I was kind of like, hold on. Let me say something positive about the show. So, Randy Orton, I love what he's doing with his character. Um, Normally Randy does get stale for me personally, when he's been a heel for too long or when he's been a face for too long. But when he's just being a badass and just taking people out, you're doing the punt, all that shit, sick, sadistic, like that crazy shit, the Viper, like that's the shit that I like to see. So Randy's is a reason why I'm keeping up with everything going on in WWE right now. Another thing that I do like is the Hurt Business. I do like them. Um, I think it's good that they have Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Bobby Lashley together. Um, I do wish that Apollo Crews would join. I like Apollo Crews a lot. I want Apollo Crews to succeed, and I can see him. I, like the thing I didn't like about Apollo for so long was he was always so happy, and he was always smiling, and he has it all in the ring. It just needed some type of edge with him, and I think that you know over time, they could build that up for him. But nonetheless, her business, love him. Some things I did not like. Oh wait, and Dominick Mysterio. Everything's going on with him and Seth Rollins. I'm all for it. Um, I like the fact that Dominic. It's almost like watching a fan fight a wrestler, um, and it almost seems like because they're gonna fight each other at SummerSlam, so it almost seems like it's unfair, and that Dominic is the actual underdog because he has some wrestling training, but he's not a WWE superstar, and I'm just curious to see where it goes. And the whole storyline has been done kind of well, and I'm excited to see Dominic versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Now, Nia Jax, I do like what they're doing with her as well. Um, Even though I do kind of think it's a little too late for her. Pat Buck, poor Pat Buck, got headbutted by Nia after she was supposed to apologize for assaulting him last week. And, she got fined for that. And we might actually get some intergender wrestling. So that's what's keeping me intrigued. But the only thing that I wish that we would get in this is I want to actually see a fair fight almost. So, like, I don't want her to just be throwing him around. I want it to actually just be like an actual, like, fight. If that makes any sense. Now, what I did not like, I used to love the Street Profits. I used to love them. And it seems like this is like a reoccurring thing with NXT guys, and they get called up, and you just completely just, like, you don't care about them the same way you cared about them back in NXT. And some of the jokes that they do, some of the promos kind of seem forced and everything, and it doesn't seem natural. I feel like they won the titles too soon. It's like I kind of wanted them to chase the title more. Not just they treated them like very early on like they were established already. And I kind of wanted them to kind of slowly build, but whatever, right? All right, I'm just gonna get right to the underground shit. So the underground, the Raw underground shit, right, is probably the worst thing that I've seen. Actually, I can't even compare it to anything because I've seen a lot of bad shit on WWE television. It's like some UFC Fight Club underground wrestling shit, and it was like really, really unnecessary. And the thing is, it's like, all right, these are supposed to be like real fights, right? Some UFC, shit where you just try to knock your opponent out first, right? But the only thing is, like, yes, wrestling is scripted. Wrestling is pre-planned. Yes, wrestling does have quote unquote, pulled punches, and it's kind of like hard to suspend, disbelief that this is an actual real brawl and a real fight when I could just tell that it's just wrestling. Like, they don't need to do this. They don't need to do this at all. Like, I really, really hope that they just scrap this shit. And then the girls dancing, they can't even dance. The music, like, was there even music? I don't even know if they were dancing anything, but it was bad. Like, this Raw, like, listen, I do not want to see Shane McMahon on my television. He does not add anything to WWE programming at all. And I used to like Shane. I still, I like Shane, but it's like I thought there was going to be some, like, groundbreaking, monumental announcement. No. It's just some guys fighting in the basement. Like, it was. I honestly thought there was gonna be more to that. Like, I really did. Like, I don't know what you guys think about Raw Underground. If maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe they're on to something. I don't know. But like honestly, and I know we live in, on the internet and everything, and we kind of just react. But like, I can't help how I felt when I saw this shit, and I instantly was just like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this shit? Like, and then you got like, I just. Like, they gotta like, the NBA's back. People are stuck at home, and you want people to tune into your programming, and this is what you do. Honestly, all WWE really honestly has to do is do the same thing. Listen, the same thing that NXT was doing in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And that is develop characters and personalities for your superstars and pace out the storylines. That's all you have to do. But yet they kind of it's kind of like it's kind of like when the fans are telling you they want one thing, and then you're like, you know what? Yes, I know what the fans want. That might be my Vince voice. Let's give them Raw Underground. Let's give them this. Let's give them that. Like, nobody asked for this. Like, if I want to go watch UFC, I'll go watch UFC. Like, if I wanted to watch UFC, I would be watching UFC, not this shit. Like, I want to see, sports entertainment, professional wrestling. That's what I want to see. I do not want to see underground, pre-planned brawls or whatever. I don't want to see that. Not at all. Like, if they honestly wanted things to be interesting for Raw Underground, they could have just brought back the hardcore title and had actual hardcore matches. If they want to get all down and gritty, like you got some backdoor speakeasy club or some shit, like, and you got Shane McMahon that's on the microphone just talking the entire time. Like, Shane McMahon is not cool. Like, he's not like It's just, you know what? But honestly, for real, just know. Like, I do not even want to actually watch next week. Like, I honestly, I a few years ago, I used to make wrestling videos, and I was actually trying to, do this consistently. But like, I honestly, because WWE is the main thing that I watch, because it's what I'm familiar with, and I haven't really had an opportunity to really, sit down and watch AEW or anything else. It's like, come on now. Like, I don't want to sit here and shit on WWE every week. Like, I really don't. Like, it's almost like the show is so bad that I don't even want to actually go and watch it. Like, I can't even tell you, hey, subscribe, because more wrestling shit's coming, because it may not be coming, because I may not actually want to watch. And if I don't watch, I can't make a video and talk about it. So just let me know what y'all thought about the show. I know Raw Underground was the big thing, but just I don't know. I'm out of here.